Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Guess what time of year it is, people? It's your favorite time of year. It's tax season.
Oh yeah, everybody loves that. And our next guest said that he would make taxes sexy, and of course he's also the host of $1 Million Neighborhood, which I believe we're allowed to say has been picked up for a second season already.
We're allowed to say that.
Excellent.
Are you
And
kidding?
the first
Where's
season
the marching
finale.
band?
The first season finale.
Yes,
March 25th on OWN. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
And
We're
it hasn't
pretty
even
jazzed
finished
about
yet. Tell us about the whole concept for people that maybe haven't caught up to it, because it's such a beautiful concept.
Well, it all takes place in Aldergrove, right? This is home turf. 100 families in Aldergrove, 10 weeks, and we focus on increasing their net worth by $1 million.
And where are we now in the season? As Mike mentioned,
just aired episode 8, so we've got 2 more to go. They've been doing really, really well, because every week that's $100,000.
It's incredible.
And they've made it every week but one, but they've still got 2 to go.
Well, and what did they learn when you talked to them about taxes and filing and not filing, and how much money came into the neighborhood with just the taxes?
Yeah, tons of lessons, right? So we're going to talk about 3 of them today. First of all, pay on time. So a lot of families in the community didn't pay on time, and some of them felt they didn't need to file. It's a big deal for 2 reasons. One, it's stressful to be late on your taxes. The date doesn't move. We know it's going to happen. It's like Christmas shopping.
So
just
when
get her
is
done.
it? Just put the date out there.
Oh my gosh, I should know that. The end of April.
Yeah, I wasn't going to feed it to you. I'm like,
because
April.
I'm so far in advance that I don't have to worry about it. But the second thing is you have to be aware of the late filing penalty and the interest that they charge.
And that's where people
that's
can
a killer,
really
isn't
get
it?
trapped,
The interest.
because the interest and the penalties can amount to thousands of dollars.
They really can, and it is completely avoidable. So that's the first thing. Pay on time. Pay attention to small details. This is the place where we found a lot of money with the families of the $1 Million Neighborhood. A lot of money. So some of it was things like the disability tax credit. That was big. But there are smaller things like tax credits if your kids are involved in arts activities or fitness activities, if you have professional dues, if you have medical expenses that you pay out of pocket, even the fee that you pay to your company to get extended health care coverage. So there's lots and lots of details. Now, I should confess here, I've never done my own taxes.
But
Ever.
Bruce, for people out there who are listening to say you can find out all these things where you can save money, things that are deductibles that people don't know about. Who should they turn to do their taxes?
Well, I mean, there are 2 basic ways you can get help. So you can sit at home and do it all by yourself with nothing, or you can go, no way. Or you can go with some sort of software that walks you through and asks you basic questions. TurboTax, NetFile, Quicken, there are lots of things, and they're like $20.
And then there are places that
year.
open up around tax, like H&R Block always does pop-up stores and stuff like that.
And then there are tax accountants that'll charge a lot more money but provide more detailed service. The thing that I always ask people to do is like the cost benefit. How much is your time worth? And if your time's worth paying $20 for software or paying $500 for a pretty senior tax accountant to do it, it may be worth it to you in terms of time and stress and all those kinds of things.
Yeah, because you can take a shoebox and just kind of push it over and
why do we put it in shoeboxes?
Apologize and go, it's shameful.
Who doesn't put it in a shoebox? Everybody I know does. I still do.
Really?
You've met my wife. My wife is ridiculous. She has manila folders.
Who does it for
does
me.
all that stuff, and it can be worth a lot of money. The thing that I would say is people get so nuts about saving small amounts of money on things like, a pack of diapers. They'll drive across the city because there's $1 savings at some store, and yet they won't put the same attention on making sure they're paying the least tax possible.
Right.
And that's, one of the things, Canadians, we pay a lot of tax. So minimize what you pay to the extent that you can.
And you said something just before we started, which I thought was really interesting, and people don't think of this all the time, but paying taxes is part of your civic duty. It's part of living in a good, social, strong community and society.
Believe that. We probably have people who are off the grid and don't believe that, but you and I believe that because there are roads, there's street cleaning, there's schools, there's hospitals, there's a government that functions. We all want to pay less tax, of course. But if you're going to hold a Canadian passport and live here, pay your taxes.
Yeah, if you want to stroll into the doctor's office, it's all right.
So RSP deadline has passed.
Goodbye gone.
Goodbye gone, but it's always good to think of these things in advance and start saving. So maybe you can explain why people should get RSPs.
Well, the big idea is that you defer the tax that you pay to the time in the future when you're no longer drawing a paycheck. In the meantime, you're able to deduct that amount from your taxes, so you just simply pay less. So paying less tax now, you're going to have to pay it when you're 65 or 75 or whenever you withdraw it. But to not pay it now is a big, awesome idea. Awesome idea. So for those people who are like, I think I got my taxes done, get focused on how to plan ahead on your RRSP, because now's the time.
There is so much fear involved in the season for people. And, and I understand it, I get it, because nobody likes to face it and everything else, but it is fascinating to watch how people deal with it.
Or don't deal with it.
Well, on $1 Million Neighborhood, you saw people, and the light went on. That this is a time of empowerment. This is a time when they can take control of their finances and really understand how they're spending money.
And the fear may never go away.
But
I don't care. I don't care if you're terrified about filing your taxes. File your taxes. Because the whole thing about courage is not the absence of fear, it's the mastery of fear. So we often think, oh, well, maybe if I can like sort through my fear, deal with my fear, I'll wait for my fear to go away, whatever. It's not going away. You're terrified.
You can
do
jump
it anyway.
out of a plane.
Open up that drawer.
Okay, so the season finale is March 25th. You guys have been picked up for a second season.
We have.
Do you guys know where the neighborhood's going to be?
Do they apply?
They apply. So they go online. We'll probably throw up the website there. They go online, and what they need to do is get their friends, their family, their coworkers to start rallying the community. Because what we learned is we need a community that is a demand for us to come. They're like, bring it on. So it's going to be a competition.
Well, and part of the fascinating part of watching the show unfold in Aldergrove is how it brings a community together, because we live in an environment where sometimes you don't know the people that live down the street the way that you should. And that's really been an amazing factor in the show, is watching everybody build relationships and build a better community.
We have a Facebook group for the families that they use during the show, and it is still almost as active today, even the show has done taping. And what that'll be like, I need a power drill, I need a power washer, who can babysit my kids, who's got, and what's the single best thing about this whole thing is that the community of Aldergrove is never going to be the same. These people are just miraculous.
And it's all positive. Thank you so much, Bruce. So file your taxes. That's what you've learned. And we can tell you that $1 Million Neighborhood has officially been renewed for a second season, and they are indeed searching for the next adventurous community to take part. And if your community is interested in participating, as we said, you can go to the website for all the details on the application process.
Very nice. Congratulations once again.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me in.
We're going to take a break.